A big hello to all the viewers of Yarn to Learn. As this is my first video in the new year 2022, I wish you all and your families a healthy, prosperous, and joyful new year 2022. May Almighty bless you. You can see on screen today's video is about reading activities for kids. But before I begin, here is a gentle reminder to subscribe Yarn to Learn if you are new at my channel. So let's begin with the reading activities for kids. The very first activity is quick draw. As the name suggests, it's about quickly drawing something. How? After reading any word or a sentence or a part of a story or a concept, ask students to draw a picture about what they have just read or learned. But it's just like whatever you have read, try to comprehend it. It is also a curiosity builder to read better, to read for comprehending, and also by depicting what they are reading, it's more like absorbing what they have read. So examples are there, like after reading part of the story Thumbelina or Little Red Riding Hood, students draw what has happened in the story or what they have learned in the concept so far. For example, the child read a hut, then the child should draw the hut. Or if you are taking sight words in your class and you feel the words like cannot be drawn, so what you can do, you can give them a sentence where sight words are there and ask them to draw what is being said in that sentence. For example, I can dance, so a dancing figure. Thumbelina example, anything, maybe half of the story being read, whatever the child has understood so far or read so far should be drawn. Another example, Little Red Riding Hood. Or as I was talking about the concept air pollution, say whatever you have learned in the chapter air pollution or whatever you have read till a point. So the child has read about the causes of air pollution, so draw. So this you can take up in two ways, loud reading in the class or silent individual reading. So it's up to you how, as per your class level and class needs, you want to take up this reading activity. The second one is to stew with love. You might have heard of to serve with love, but this one is to student with love. Students love words of praise by teachers. I believe every child has at least one good thing in him or her. A teacher needs to give written letters to students comprising of word of praises or words of encouragement or constructive feedback. The child will definitely read it. So it could be simply about expressing about the child's assets or a letter of motivation to child, or if you want to give any constructive feedback. And it need not be just from teacher's side, it can be from parents side or friends side as well. So let's see one example, to stew with love, and here goes the letter. The child is definitely going to read it out of curiosity that what is there, what the teacher has written for him or her, and you can take it up in different way time to time to promote and encourage reading in your class. So you can ask them, the parents, to write letters to them so that they read. You can ask their friends to write letters to each other. You can take it up in different ways, like write an anonymous letter for the class. So something like that, which will include writing, reading and comprehending as well. Coming to the next activity, it is I spy with objects. How? The teacher will either write on the board if it is an offline class, or if virtual class can share screen or write in the chat box certain hints to identify the object. The teacher can relate it to the topic that he or she is taking up in the class. Here are a few examples how you can take it. For example, if it is a small grade and you are taking parts of body, you can ask, I spy like, I spy with my little eye a body part that's in a pair and that helps us to hear. Now it's up to you. If you are in a physical class, you can simply ask them to point out the body part, Or if you are taking a virtual class, you can show them a collage of body parts and ask them to identify. The key here is you are not going to read what I have just read. You are going to show it to children or write it on the board, and children are going to read either individually, or you can ask any one of them to read it loudly for rest of them. So up to you how you take it up. Let's take one more example, slightly upper grade, nouns. So you can take up nouns also. I spy with my little eye a sweet fruit which is green to yellow in color and rhymes with the word here. So what is this fruit? Again, you can show a collage of fruits, or you can simply ask them, or if you want to make them run to their kitchen or refrigerator and bring that fruit to you, it's completely your choice. Now slightly middle level, I think this is states of matter. So we have moved up the ladder. Any topic you can take it up with this. I spy with my little eye a white liquid that we use in breakfast. So what is it? Yes, it's milk. Or I spy with my little eye a solid that we use to store water. Now solid we are referring to, it could be water bottle, it could be bucket, but it has to be a solid thing. The next activity is relody. What? The sound is weird, relody. The word is weird, relody. This is a coined term by me because relody stands for reading with melody. So friends, I believe that we all love music. They say music heals the soul. So I feel children also love music. The teacher should encourage children to read poems in a melodious way. It can be taken as a group activity. Alternatively, now this is something fun. Teacher could give certain lines to children from the text and ask them to sing, not just read, but read with melody. This will give them enough time to emphasize on each word, which will eventually boost their confidence. So you can give any part of the text, or you can take up poems in the class if you are at the beginner level, just to boost up their confidence and let them enjoy reading. So like here is a story, Little Red story by Jessica. So if you are reading it in a singing way, now it's up to the child's creativity. You have given a task how the child reads. Maybe you can divide paragraphs. Once there was a girl, and her name was Little Red. She set off to her grandma's house, for Gram was sick in bed. Any tone, very bad I know, but leave it to children and it will definitely boost their confidence, and children would actually look out for the tune what other person is going to use. It's fun. Okay, so here is the reminder for me. This is the time for shout outs. It's New Year and I'm back with the shout outs. So I want to express my love and gratitude to Anita Mishra and Elias Bodola. Thank you so much for your worthy comments. Keep viewing my videos. Thank you so much. And my thank you to all other viewers as well. Coming to the next activity. The fifth activity is nameless. As the name suggests, it is nameless. Children could be given the riddles in written form that they need to resolve. It builds their curiosity and persuades them to read, comprehend, and finally wear their thinking hats. The word or object that they need to guess is described with the word nameless. A few examples I'm sharing with you. Now they are going to read it. So again, either you write it on the board, you prepare slips, let them take out a slip and read it out, or if it is an online class, you share your screen or you write on the virtual board, whatever way you wish to. Nameless has wings. Nameless flies high in the air. Nameless is non-living. Could you name it? It's a dare. So let them find out. You also find out and write in the comment box what is the first nameless. Coming to the second one, nameless is red inside, nameless is green outside, nameless is juicy and sweet. It's truly a summer's treat. So this is a self-created puzzle using the word nameless. The child is tempted to read, comprehend and think. So you also think and let me know in the comment box how do you like this particular one. What could be the answers of these two nameless things? And also how about reading activities? If you have more suggestions, please feel free to write in the comment box. I would really like to read and comment back to you. Thank you for watching Yearn to Learn, and may God bless you all. This is a gentle reminder to subscribe to Yearn to Learn if you have not subscribed it yet. Do share the video with your friends if you feel it could be useful. Stay safe, do not forget to wear a mask, and get vaccinated if you haven't got vaccinated yet. May God bless you. Thank you. This is Priya Handa signing off.